Him's introduction to the world was a tape with Ray J. Okay, that's if that's what you want to emulate. Hey, that's cool. You know, a lot of what we call a bad B is just literally a girl who wasn't raised well. Okay, who's done deplorable things. So it's not like I'm out here telling her that she should be a bad B, but I'm saying she's not a bad B, and she's trying to sell this idea that she is, and she's not. She's basic. Okay, she's just a basic B who just needs to just be happy with her lot in life. But at the same time, hey, she wants to do more. She wants the podcast to succeed. And to make the podcast that she's got with her other basic friend succeed, she needs to sell a story that is more effective, something that makes people want to tune in and want to perhaps take some advice from her.
If you knew what you were made of, then we would save the world.
On people, welcome to another one. If you live in the internet like I do at the moment, particularly in the YouTube algorithm, I get weird and wonderful things popping up. You must have heard this story about the wife of a comedian called Akash Singh. Now, Akash Singh is a comedian who's on a podcast called Flagrant with another comedian called Andrew Schultz, who I don't think is funny, by the way, but heck, you know, they're comedians, whatever, they make their living. He's Asian, and he's married to an Asian woman called Jasleen, okay? They are the Singhs, right? And when he presented his marriage, I think there's a podcast, I'll try and cut it in here.
How did that conversation go like?
I don't remember how it came. I think she said
You
it.
blacked out?
She said it, and then I was like...
When she said, I'm a virgin, you went, your heart exploded?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we got happy. He's nothing compared to.
Exactly, dude. I was
a stallion compared to anybody else.
I was
that's great.
so happy.
Yeah, that for
so
sure.
relieved.
I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
But when he's presented his marriage, he's presented it that, you know, basically they've met as they were both when they were both virgins, and, you know, she's a really good wife and she's really hot and this, that, and the other. And he's kind of presented his marriage being this thing, and he's actually used his marriage as a means of disparaging the red pill community, which I think is a good thing, by the way. I think his critiques of the red pill community were very valid. He made a really good point when he said to low IQ Myron that actually it's really weird to not like your own. You should like your own. Your own should be at the top of your list, because it's a sign of self-hate and self-loathing if you're not attracted to women from your own community. They should be at the top, and then all other women should come second to that, which I agreed with. I said it makes logical sense that it's only a sign that you hate yourself and you hate your community and you hate your upbringing if you don't like the women that are a product of your community and a product of your upbringing. You know, it's quite a logical argument. So he made a good argument there. Unfortunately, since then, he's been taking nothing but else because his wife has come out as being basically everything that any man on earth would want to avoid.
Popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
But here's the thing, I've got a different take on all this. I've got a different take on all this. I've reviewed the evidence, and I've come to the conclusion that Akash Singh and his wife are playing everybody. Akash Singh's wife, Jasleen, is basic. Okay? I don't mean that as a diss, but she's basic. She's basically what we call a basic B. You know what I'm talking about, the B word, female dog. She's a basic B. Okay? She's a basic B who wants to be a bad B. That's what she is. She's entirely basic, and this entire backstory she's selling to everybody about her life in college and this, that, and the other is completely fictitious. I'm telling you right now. Jasleen Singh has done none of those things. I have seen her archetype not even 100 but 1,000,000 times. I've grown up in London, and London is full of Jasleen Singhs. These prudish, coddled girls who go through college, go through school, and they don't do anything. Okay, they go through university with oversized clothing and maybe attend one or two parties, and then they come out and in their adult life, they're very, I wouldn't say resentful, but they're really unhappy that they weren't more adventurous. Now, by the way, there's nothing wrong with living a coddled life. Okay, that's great. I want my daughters to live that exact life. Okay, I want them to live a coddled life. Okay, I want them to be protected from all of the harms and ills that come of this world. The issue comes from when they come out of that and then they want it so bad that they start to project it into a life that they never had. So they start to say they did things and they start to claim. So they remember that one or two songs that they heard when they were in university and they're like, oh yeah, we were listening to this every day. And you're going to see it in this video. I was popping my P word for all the guys in the white boy frat house. Like, you weren't Jasleen. You were dressed in an oversized sweater and oversized loose fitting baggy pants, and no one was interested in you. Okay, they talk about the fact that she's so objectively attractive, and she's like, she's kind of like, she's objectively attractive maybe with like lots of makeup and stuff, and she's kind of like also conventionally quite boring. No disrespect, by the way, not throwing any shade. Okay, she's conventionally quite boring, quite standard looking. Okay, very ignorable. Okay, it would be very easy to walk past her were she not made up and talking like a Kardashian where everything's a question. Yeah, if she wasn't talking like that and she didn't have a face full of makeup, you'd quite easily just walk past her. You'd walk past her in the cash and carry, you'd walk past her in the supermarket, you'd walk past her on the street. So I've kind of deciphered that this entire kind of like controversy is something that the Singhs have drummed up to create. You know, people are saying that she's ruined his career. She hasn't. I think she's galvanized his career. I think she's made people interested in him, because I'd never heard of Akash Singh before this. I'd heard of Andrew Schultz and the Flagrant podcast. I can't stand Andrew Schultz, but I'd heard of him because of controversial reasons. You know, I'd heard of the controversies built up. I'd never heard of Akash Singh. I bet you Akash Singh couldn't sell out these comedy tours, and now people might turn up just to troll him. But I don't think that's why they created it. I think that they created this entire backstory for Jasleen. Jasleen is a good wife. By the way, but all of you dissing Jasleen, you don't know Jasleen. Jasleen is a very, very good Asian wife. All of this stuff is fake. When Akash comes home, she has got the house clean. She's got dinner ready for him. Jasleen, where is my dinner? It's on the table, dinner. Like, there's no problems in their marriage. All of this stuff is basically him promising her, you can have, darling, you can have good too, you know, not just me. This is what it is. So she's decided that she's going to create a backstory of a fictitious life that she lived when she was in college, because looking at her life, she started this podcast. Okay, this is essentially how it works. She started this podcast with this other Asian girl, and they're both basic. Okay, they're both basic, and they both have well-to-do husbands. Okay, we want to start our podcast. We've got the money to start it. We've got the financial back end. We've got the free time. However, no one wants to listen to two basic Asian chicks talk about life. Even other Asian chicks aren't going to want to listen to them, because it's like, who are you telling anything about? There's nothing you can tell us about. Okay, you've had no life experience. You went through university, and as soon as you came out of university, your husband's put a ring on your finger and married you, and now you're going to live the rest of your lives as housewives. You've got no life experience. So these two basic Asian chicks go on there and they start fabricating life experience, because now it gives you something to listen to. It gives you kind of something to cling on to. Who should we emulate? Kim Kardashian. Let's both be like Kim Kardashian, and let's talk up everything that we've done. Oh my God, your husband's so hot. I would actively try to like pursue having an orgy with your husband.
Just daggers.
No, I'll do that anytime. But if you think that's the bare minimum,
Okay,
do you understand?
No, you're
do you understand
really
what those
annoying.
words
You're
mean?
really fucking
Do
annoying.
you understand what those words mean? That's the bare minimum.
Yes.
Is I take you to Mew Mew and you buy whatever you want. That's the bare.
Excuse me. No, I didn't buy whatever I wanted. He limited me. I am on a budget. Okay.
Because you want a house that I don't care about. A house.
In the Hamptons? Is this the Hamptons one or the
Yes.
other one? The Hamptons house.
Mew Mew
Oh,
or the
yes, you
Hamptons
do.
house? Pick one. Go.
Yeah, thank you.
Pick one.
Thank
If you
you.
had to pick one right now.
because he's just like so hot. And this is like, no, you wouldn't, Jaslyn. You're a prude, okay? You're a prude. Like you squirm when Akash touches you, not because you're not attracted to him. That's a lie. I think firmly that you are happily married. You squirm because you're prudish and you don't like to do anything. So you weren't popping your P word when you were at university. Like I said, you were fully covered up. You don't like public displays of affection because you're not that kind of person. It's okay to be that, but they're selling the world this entire myth. And trust me, Akash is not stupid. He is riding this wave right now. I am talking about an Asian couple on my channel. I'll never do this. Okay, so clearly this entire scam that they're running is paying off, because you know what, there's no such thing in this world as bad publicity. They are monetizing this. Okay, her podcast is growing exponentially. Even interest in Akash, he doesn't mind if people turn up to his shows just to troll him. He just cares that he's selling tickets. Okay, I would consider buying an Akash Singh ticket now just to kind of see what kind of people turn up and to see if he gets trolled. It's great marketing, but trust me, do not be fooled. When it comes out, people who went to university with Jaslyn start to come out of the woodwork and be like, yeah, she didn't do any of that stuff she's talking about. She's lying. She's lying about everything. She is basic. She's a basic good wife, okay, who's never done any of the things that she's talking about. I firmly believe she definitely was a virgin when they got married. There's everything right with that. There's nothing wrong with that. The only problem is she's out there lying on the internet now to kind of like build a following, which is, hey, if that's what you want to do, that, hey, it doesn't offend me in the slightest. I just want people to be aware of the fact that this girl is basic. I have seen this girl 100 times. She has not done any of the things that she's claiming that she's done. She's just using buzzwords and words that she's heard on TV and words that she maybe heard some of her more adventurous friends at uni say, but stuff that she never partook in. Akash is not lying. Everything he said about their relationship is true, other than when he tries to make it sound like that she's bad, because she's not. She's good. She's basic. That's all there is to it.
Look good, Mr. Armstrong. Armstrong.
On Saturday when I saw her, I said, do you know? And she said, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Good liar. Then she's a good liar.
That's a friend.
It's hard for me to watch this.
So people have interpreted this, yeah, as her not being attracted to him and trying to get out, she's not attracted, and she's kind of turning her head because she's like using him for his money. You've got it all twisted. I promise you guys, you've got it all twisted. She 100% is a prude. Okay, she 100% is a prude, and the problem is that her prudish actions don't match her outlandish mouth in this fake act that she's putting on. But oh my God, I want to be spending my husband's money. It's his money, not my money, and I spend my own money, and all of this, it doesn't match up, because when it comes to you actually showing that you're that bad B, okay, and your husband comes along, and you should be able to just give him, you know what I mean? You should be able to just like show that kind of like, yeah, I was popping my P word. Like, you should be able to do that, and you can't, because you're a prude, because it's all an act. This isn't her. This is the real her. The real her is kind of like she's talking, and then she's kind of like, oh my God, don't kiss me, seriously. Like I don't know how to kiss, please. Don't do that, please, Akash. You're making me uncomfortable, Akash. She's a prude. Okay, that's what she is. She's a prude and a good housewife putting on an act. Don't fall for this, I'm telling you.
That's a friend.
No, I don't want those gifts.
I know.
That wasn't a shade. You see that? That wasn't a shade. This is her being the prude that she is. She's a basic B, and she like I said, she's never been with anyone else other than Akash, and it's honorable and it's wonderful. And him actually allowing her to partake in this character, I think he finds that very attractive. Okay, it's kind of like, it's like a kind of like a cuckold kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? I think he finds it kind of attractive, her going on, becoming this character. I think it's kind of racy. It's probably helped their relationship quite a bit. her being able to act like this person who she's not. Okay, it's got nothing to do with like this dude. Trust me, he's in full control of this. Okay, she's out there and she's saying stuff that he's totally okay with her saying all of this stuff. I guarantee you.
Why not?
I don't care about, I like tangible goods.
No.
That's exactly that. I don't like that. I like tangible in character. Okay, so out of character was I don't want to kiss. It's not comfortable for me. Akash, please, no. I like tangible gifts.
Not like rest your elbow on me.
Don't even fucking breathe on me right now.
See that's an act. That is your best, worst impersonation of Kim Kardashian. That's 100% an act. Okay, there's no way that you talk like this. You don't talk like this when the cameras are off, and there's no way you act like this when the cameras are off. This is someone who's basic, trying their best to embody someone who they envision as being cool. In her mind, she's playing out, her life is playing out like an episode of the Kardashians. Okay, this isn't real. Okay, none of this is real. This is a basic girl. She never talks to her husband like this. That's a guarantee. Camera not playing, she does not talk to him like that. That's 100% fact. That's why he's not bothered by it.
Fuck my life.
You're affecting my career in a negative way because every time I want to do a TikTok, you're there. And I can't be myself.
I think this is yourself.
No,
I think, hey guys, get ready with me. I don't think that's yourself.
There's another version of myself that you bring
This
out
is the real
because
you.
you're always
This is the real
around.
you.
Go to the gym.
I just got back.
Okay, well, go back again.
It's just like she is so unlikable.
And you heard a little bit of a real voice coming out there. Go back again. You heard it coming out. Guys, I'm not hating here. Like, I know a basic B when I see one. This is a basic B. Trying to present as though she's not a basic B. She's 100% a basic B, man.
So this is her talking about her prenup that they don't have.
Is it just me, or is the idea of asking a girl to sign a prenup incredibly offensive? And only one way. Like, if I asked someone to sign a prenup because I had some like booming business, then I would be like, yeah, can you just sign this prenup because like I don't want to like lose all my money. But then like if a guy asked me to sign a prenup, I would be like, I would call off the wedding. Like I would literally call off the wedding.
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
I had no real ability to, since you were with me when I was broke.
But
I
it's
couldn't
just like I
justifiably ask for one.
think it's because guys don't like, in general, like they don't hold the same like values that women do in terms of like loyalty.
Everything about the way she's talking is an emulation of the Kardashians. Everything about the way she's talking. This is not, guys, I can't express to you enough how patently obvious it is that this girl is putting on an act. She's a bored housewife. She's at home. In 2 years' time, Akash would have dropped some seed, yeah, and they'll be popping, and she'll be popping out kids, all right? And what she doesn't want is for the sum total of her life to have been university housewife mother. This is about her creating another chapter. And trust me, all of this controversy, this is the most exciting thing that has happened to the Singh family ever. All right, this is so exciting for them. Everyone's talking about them. They don't mind the controversy. This is not embarrassing. They're not going to get a divorce, by the way. Everyone who thinks, oh, Akash is going to leave this, it's not, because he was a part of this manufactured character that she's put on, which she's done very well. She's executed it very effectively. She hasn't done it effectively enough to get past my radar of basic B. Okay, this is the kind of girl who goes, what happened in Vegas stayed in Vegas. All right, but when they went to Vegas, all they did was a couple of shots and then went back to their room. Like, they didn't do nothing. Do you understand what I mean? Like, she didn't do nothing at uni. All right, all of this is just talk. Like, you're not a Kardashian. You don't have the backstory. Kim's introduction to the world was a tape with Ray J. Okay, if that's what you want to emulate, hey, that's cool. You know, a lot of what we call a bad B is just literally a girl who wasn't raised well, okay, who's done deplorable things. So it's not like I'm out here telling her that she should be a bad bee, but I'm saying she's not a bad bee, and she's trying to sell this idea that she is, and she's not. She's basic, okay? She's just a basic bee who just needs to just be happy with her lot in life. But at the same time, hey, she wants to do more. She wants the podcast to succeed, and to make the podcast that she's got with her other basic friend succeed, she needs to sell a story that is more effective, something that makes people want to tune in and want to perhaps take some advice from her.
Okay, who cares? So this is when she posted, she's dancing around to that song, Dami Anger. It says, to everyone saying my husband should divorce me, we didn't sign a prenup. And he is in the background laughing as well. So obviously he doesn't give a shit. He thinks this is all very funny. So that was...
Akash always thinks it's all very funny, to be clear. He always thinks it's all very funny because he knows he's on the inside. You guys all getting emotional about this and you're not on the inside, yeah? Akash is on the inside. He knows he's running game here. Okay, he knows as soon as that camera's off, Jaslyn goes back to being Jaslyn Singh. Akash, what do you want? Do you want me to buy? What you want to make? You rub your feet for you today? Yes, that's what she does. Okay, she's not this. He even goes on podcasts and he's selling the fact, oh my God, my wife, man, she could be such a hard time, man. I'm like, she really, I hate Akash's birthday so much. Like, I gotta be nice to him. Oh my God, like, she's just hardball to me all the time. Like, he's a part of this. He's trying to sell this idea because he's realized his wife wants to be cool. And he's been doing what a good husband doing. He's like playing up. He's like, we all do it. Okay, well, I'm not saying to his extent, obviously, but you want to play up to your wife's image of herself. You want to play up to that and make them feel like they're, they are that image that they're trying to project. And that's what he's doing. He's just helping her to project this image. And people are saying it's disrespectful to him. He doesn't mind because he's in show business. He knows how this works. Okay, as long as people are talking about them, it's helping I guarantee you the Singhs have gotten a lot richer since this whole controversy. People saying that she's tanking his career. I don't think so. Well, anyway, maybe I could be wrong in that regard, but I don't think so. He's definitely a part of this.
You know what's wild to me right now? Is that my husband, he said, I just ordered your Christmas gift. I was like, oh, what did you get me? He's like, I'm not going to tell you. So I'm like, okay, trying to guess. And then he's like, what did you get for me? Excuse me?
The audacity.
The entitlement, the audacity. I'm a little taken aback, and I just want to know if any females have ever experienced this.
Yes, they're all going to say yes.
I mean, this is the fakest. Like, if anyone falls for this, like, come on, man. Like, I'm shocked and appalled. First of all, that's just like so Kardashian. And then it's kind of like, oh yeah, he asked me to buy it. He asked me, what did I get you? And then she's gone online to complain about it. Anyone's falling for this tripe, honestly. Like, this is an act, man. It's not even a good act. It's a bad act. This is her doing her best to be, and it's Jaslyn's dream to be on the Real Housewives of Dubai or Atlanta or something like that, to be included. Yeah. And she knows her in her archetype format, in her original form before, this kind of like awakening of nonsense that she's put out there, the bad bee Jaslyn. No, none of those shows are going to accept her because, like, why are we going to accept you? You're just like a boring. Now, I guarantee you, give it a few more months of running this game and she's going to start getting invites to all of these housewife shows. He's created a career for her. Do you understand how well they've masterminded this? Okay, he doesn't mind. He's going to be good. Okay, his position on Flagrant podcast is not at risk. Okay, this is a masterminded plan. I'm telling you, there's nothing more fake than what is going on here. This girl is so basic, it's unbelievable.
This guy spoils the shit out.
They're all going to say yes, they're my gifts. You know what? Comment section,
And look how triggered this girl is, by the way. The girl is kind of like hostess. This girl hates her, yeah? She's so triggered by her. But this is what they've been doing. They've been creating trigger content. It's actually quite genius. I have to kind of like give it props. Let me find another clip. So this is the one. This is the one that really offended people. let's go to this one.
Painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. Oh, sometimes it like literally hurts my heart.
A lot of people have been on.
This is such a lie. Okay, guys, I'm telling you right now, she is lying. Okay, she is lying. Everyone was like, oh my God. Pop, by the way, she says in another video that pop that, yeah? So she when she says she was popping up, she's basically just repeating lyrics of a song. Okay, she does. I don't think she even fully understands what that phrase means. Okay, and her experience in the white boy frat houses might have been one party. Maybe her friend invited her to, and everyone was like, "Hey, Angie, your friend Jazz over there. She's a bit frigid, isn't she?" You know what I mean? Oh, I said, that's just Jazz. She doesn't really go out to party that much. And she heard these songs playing. But I guarantee you, that one night when she was invited to that party and she stood on the wall and no one danced with her, that was the most exciting night of her life. And she plays it back over and over and over again. And I was like, that was like peak. That's the first time she'd been out to a party. And so now she's created this whole backstory of her popping her P word when that song comes on, when in reality, she probably just watched other people dancing. I'm telling you, this girl is so basic and it's so obvious to see. I'm telling you guys, man.
Online claiming, oh, she's joking. She was just joking. Well, turns out, take a look at this, guys. An actual photo of her from her college days. Guys, this is crazy. She wasn't.
And they don't look like college boys. They look like they're like 30 or something. I don't know what kind of college she went to. This is like a work photo. So I don't know if this is supposed to be college, but none of these guys are college age. He looks 30. He looks 40. He looks 30. I mean, look at their clothes. This is definitely a photo from a work do. Okay, so I think this girl thinks this is some kind of revelation, but this definitely is not a college photo, and these aren't frat boys. I'll tell you that for free.
Kidding at all. Dude, short ass miniskirt in the middle of 3 frat boys. This is hilarious.
He's 34. How old are you?
25.
Okay. So like you meet him.
Yeah.
He's never had sex and he's older than you. Were you like, ew?
Yeah.
It's funny because like the guy that I was kind of with right before him was also a virgin. And
stole it from a black dude. What's up?
Yeah, okay.
I stole it from a black dude.
The black man?
Yeah, that nigga definitely smashed before you did, you dumb.
I know.
Yeah. He was like really like on.
So even that statement he just throw that I stole it from a black dude. That's like, this is like the dream, yeah, the dream of a lot of Asian guys out there. A lot of white guys as well, but more I say more Asian guys. Like, not being funny, but if that dude wanted her, still you probably wouldn't have her. Yeah, you ain't. Akash, you ain't stealing nothing from no one. Let's be honest with you. You literally avoided. How can you, on the one hand, admit that you were a virgin and then act like you had the game to roll up and still, like, this is a backstory once again. I don't even think she was with anyone. Okay, this is once again them play acting. I don't think she was with anyone. Okay, it's probably an arranged marriage. I think there's 90% chance that Akash and his wife are the result of an arranged marriage, and they've created this backstory where he stole her from a black dude, and then they have to also marry the fact that he's already said that they were both virgins, which they were. I guarantee you they were both virgins, but now they have to kind of like make that story work with the fact that he stole her from a black dude and she came out of college and she was popping her people. They are playing everybody. These are two people who are literally like, this is like orgasmic pleasure for Akash, having the world to believe that his wife was some kind of a bad bee, and then he's made a housewife out of her, and then for like this is just like they're cosplaying. None of this is real. I'm telling you guys, this is like none of this is real.
How did you guys meet?
Show. She had a
The
fat ass and I chased her down.
Wait, you met at one of his shows?
No, we're at the Hoboken Comedy.
So they met at one of his shows, and she keeps trying to spin this story about how she's not a gold digger because he was broke and he was an aspiring comedian. No, dude, he was already on his way up. He was already well known. He was already selling out shows. So anyone with a brain would be able to tell that.
Yeah, this guy's just saying a bit. The reality is probably an arranged marriage, man. Trying to spin too much on this, man. So, do we have any more clips about this basic B?
Red Pill guys on their podcast one time, and I won't mention their names because who the fuck even cares?
Who cares about your podcast?
Funny because he actually called them out on their shit and their like stupid fucking beliefs and how they say that they're helping men when actually what they say is like really detrimental and damaging, especially to young impressionable men who are getting their intellectual stimulation more so from podcasts than books, literature, news, or sports.
See, that would have been a good speech if if she didn't have her own podcast where she was talking about trying to sleep with her co-host's husband. Do you know what I mean? Like, and she's saying it to be cool. And the thing is, the reason that she has that disconnect is, like I said, nothing that she says on that podcast is real. Everything about this woman is just literally a fabrication and an attempt to emulate the Kardashians and to become a housewife and to have a housewife, not a real housewife. I mean that the housewives on television shows, to become one of those celebrity housewives and to have a successful podcast. That's all this is. It's a complete and utter act. Trust me. Jasleen Singh is not exciting. She has no exciting backstory. She has lived the most boring and mundane life. The Singhs have the most boring and mundane life, but props to them. They've imbued and they've injected excitement by creating this whole story. And I think they'll be fine, to be totally honest with you. I don't think they're going to have any problems in their marriage. I could come back to these words could bite me in the ass, but I don't think they will. I think in a couple of years' time, like I said, they're going to be popping out kids and continuing that journey. But this entire manufactured kind of like, oh, Jasleen's a bad bee and Akash is getting played and this, that, and the other. They're all up for it, man. This is great publicity, man. So yeah, props to you. You even got me to do a video about you. I mean, how wild is that? You got me to do a video about it, but I kind of felt like I want to speak on the subject. What do you think? Am I tripping? Am I chatting mess? Am I chatting breeze? Is she everything that she's been putting out there and I'm just missing it? Or is she a basic bee? What do you agree or disagree with me? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think, please.
If you knew what you were made of, then we would save the